get up. Get up, get up. Get up, get up. Get up, get up. Well, are you ready now for the revolution? For too long, your power has been taken away. Coffee.
I did.
No more.
It's all good.
What? Put some of your coffee in mine. Sacrifice your coffee, baby. You got any coffee left?
I got creamer in mine now. You want creamer?
Oh, it's pumpkin spice, isn't it?
Nope.
Basic.
Hey, Matt Fraser's basic. He was eating a pumpkin spice
So Matt Fisher's basic.
swill today on Instagram. So, hey, a little bit of basic in all of us, like I said last week.
No.
There is.
No, that just means that not everybody's perfect.
Nope. Yeah, exactly, because not everyone eats pumpkin spice. So, hey, we're all working on something.
What?
Not everyone's perfect, because not everyone eats pumpkin
No.
spice.
No, pumpkin spice is basic. We talked about pumpkin spice last week. Go through the random pumpkin spice and basic.
See, the more you
Oh,
fight
no.
it, the more it just becomes irritable, and you just have it like
Not irritable.
good enough time. You just
I love my
it
life.
affects your attitude, affects the whole your belief system, everything. Like,
I don't think that's good, bro.
what?
I don't think that's a good place to be.
I know, that's why you shouldn't eat pumpkin spice.
No, if
No, if you don't like,
we don't eat pumpkin spice,
yeah,
it affects
you're
your
just like
belief
always
system.
trying to fight it, always
So
trying
you
to like,
believe,
fight your
so
inner,
you
like
your
wanna
faith and all that is a core around pumpkin spice.
Well, I said belief, doesn't necessarily your faith belief.
So
It's
what
your belief
belief?
about like
Life,
life.
your attitude is based off of pumpkin spice. That's not good. See, I'm so secure
Not necessarily about that,
in
but like,
myself. I don't need pumpkin spice to make me happy.
okay, so why are you trying to like bash people that are like?
Because of securities in pumpkin spice.
It's just like we like pumpkin spice.
That's what makes you happy. You just said that, bro. You're literally like, oh, my belief and my happiness and my
No.
and my attitude on life is pumpkin. If you don't eat pumpkin
No, I
spice,
said if you always fight like the people that love pumpkin spice or always fight like, oh, I don't want to be like become basic, but I actually do like pumpkin spice, but I don't want to like go there because like, oh.
I don't like pumpkin spice.
Okay, well then there you go. I'm just saying, if you do, and you have a little bit inside you, you're like, kind of actually would taste it, but you don't want to become that person like, oh, I'm basic. Okay, just saying.
No.
Okay. All right, glad we got that out of the way.
You mean some
Let's
cookies?
start with the
They
episode.
didn't even bring cookies.
Oh yeah, cookies. I will back. Just pulled some fresh cookies out of the oven.
You'll probably see the weird video.
Or Hannah will bring them to us because she's awesome, amazing, and she ran 9 miles today and biked 33 miles and swam
Big shout out to the hot mama
20
herself,
laps or 420 laps.
who
I
did
don't know.
a triathlon in the course of 5.5 days.
Freaking
Not 6,
beast.
but not 5. 5.5.
5.5. 5 points.
I don't even know what a
5.
triathlon is.
It's a try. Try method.
It's 30.
It's 3 something.
It's
a 30.
120 miles on a bike. 112 miles on a bike.
So,
Marathon. 6.2 miles on the running. 6.2?
26. It's a
26.2
marathon.
miles running and a lot of free
2.4
swimming.
miles for me.
2.4 miles of swimming in the course of 5.5 days. She's an animal. BA. She's the one and only hot mama. Anyway, on to all the things.
All things F.
Everything F.
Flexi episode.
Happy Flexi
Show.
Friday, everybody, by the
Welcome.
way. Welcome to the show.
As you can see, we got our freaking. Well, I do, though not. One of the Flexi Bros has sock game on point.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was talking about socks.
Sock game, bro.
Pineapples.
Why don't you wear your socks, man? I don't wear black socks anymore.
Because I just need to buy more socks, I guess.
Yeah.
So, there you have
You
it.
shouldn't have black socks in your
Next pair of socks to buy, we're going to be freaking
gangsters. Money signs.
money signs.
Wish you
And
said flexi.
gorillas. Oh, gorilla socks. We need to. Boom.
And then we need to get something to say flexi, bros. Or flexi
Gotta
Friday.
be something flexi.
Or
something.
flex.
There it is, probably.
Flex and packs.
Flex and packs.
These cookies are amazing. I'm gonna have another one.
I'm giving those a 9.
Yeah.
9.0 for sure.
agree.
Those are freaking good. Maybe even higher. Maybe a 9.2. Hannah killed it.
I think actually the texture needs a little bit better than the last ones, cause like the crispiness on the outside.
Wait a second.
Is like
That means this is a 10 for you.
9.9.
Oh my gosh. 9.9.
And then like the inside is just like super soft and like moist, and like the chocolate chips like give it that like gooiness. Oh, it's delicious.
You got a new toy.
What
The
we got?
Hideout.
Huh?
The Hideout.
Hideout?
Hideout.
Oh.
That's what it's called. I call it the Shocker. I really don't know a lot about it.
No, flexor.
The Flexor.
Yeah, because it's flexing your muscles.
Yeah.
Kind of, in a way, right?
Check this out. Do you guys see this? Look at that. Isn't that
Put
the
up the
cheapest
wire.
thing?
Put up the
No,
wire.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, do it.
I'll go up one more. It's high ready. I have the high ready. Ouch. Do you see that? Do you see that right now?
Flexor,
Look at
man. The flexor.
The Flexor. Anyway,
Flexor 2.0.
it's essentially a electronic device. Ouch. No, what's the best way to describe this thing? Read the manual, I can tell you. Pain relief and muscle performance. That's what they would say. Pretty much, it's like a deep tissue massage without having to go get a massage.
Basically contracts your muscle and releases it, contracts it, releases it,
Yeah.
contracts it, releases it.
It's supposed to
To
help
bring in
pain.
blood flow.
I did it a lot. I had some really good friends that let me use theirs when I had my shoulder pain, and it helped a lot. And that's one of the biggest reasons I got it. No. And I was like, I'm gonna get it for my shoulders, and then you can also use it for after workouts. And you can actually use it before workouts as kind of like a warm up. It gets your muscles stimulated before workout, but you can also use it as after workout to help massage and deep tissue and get your muscles stimulated so they're not so sore, so you can train more and harder and more. So I loved it. $155. This one's not wireless. You can get wireless ones. But I would definitely suggest it if you're looking for
They
something
have
to.
a warranty on it?
Yeah, I think they do. I don't really know about. I don't really care or know about warranties. I always. They probably. I think they do.
You know, something goes wrong.
They do have a warranty. I forget what it said. I got it off of Amazon. But fun note: if you buy it off of Amazon, it's not going to be under Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime, because it's not a Prime selection, whatever. So
There you go.
it's interesting.
Huh.
But each calf. My calves are killing me from 20.4, the open workout, because I did all of my box jumps I did with rebounds, which is essentially jump in the box. As soon as you come down, you rebound on your toes and explode back up. So all of it's on your calves. All of the impact, all of the jumping comes from your calves. And my calves were toast this morning. When I actually worked this morning roofing, and my calves were fried. So 30 minutes each on each calf, and they're still sore. It's not a miracle worker, but I feel better already.
Yep.
Gotta do some stretching yet, and I'll feel ready. Nice. Trying to decide though. Okay, here. What do you think? Trying to decide on whether or not I kind of want to redo it, so I want to finish it. I did scaled, by the way. Wish the weight wasn't nearly as high. I did scaled with pistols. So half of it was scaled, and half of it was cardio work. The weight was scaled Monday. The weight was scaled.
Yeah,
That's what he suggested. For the
But I think
clean and
it
jerks,
was
but
fun.
I did all the other
tomorrow
movements.
when
Anyway,
everybody's in there.
try to decide if I wait till tomorrow, do it with Hannah,
Do it with me? Yeah. You guys-
or Justin
Okay,
suggested. I'll see how I feel. If I'm like crazy sore, because I know I can finish it.
Yeah. So
Well,
where
what I'll
can you
do-
go faster, or where can you clean up your time?
In between
Your
like
transition.
my transitions. There was transitions before I picked up the barbell. I went like got chalk. I talked to Maya about where I'm at for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to do that. Like,
So what's your
I'm still
goal? Your
loaded.
goal is to finish.
Oh, yeah,
You
I'm
could-
Yeah, halfway through I was like, okay, I think I can finish this thing.
I mean, the
I was like-
185, like, you knew.
Well,
like,
so-
you weren't sure.
I'm not sure. So tomorrow before we work out, I need to try 185 and see if I can get it.
Yeah.
I know I
did
can
that.
clean
You
it.
did a couple of those, right?
No, I didn't do.
Oh, you didn't do
185.
Oh.
I had 5 reps. That was the last. I didn't pick up
Oh, you
more.
didn't try it.
No, because I got done with my pistols at 10 seconds. I got my breath and at 5 seconds I was gonna try it,
Yeah.
but it was like I can't do a clean and jerk in 5 seconds,
Yeah.
so I didn't even
So
try
you
it.
need to try to put that weight on tomorrow.
Yeah.
See if you can get it.
Because I know I can clean it. I think I could even power clean it.
Power clean probably. Yeah.
I think so. My power clean is actually pretty decent compared. I can power clean I think more than I can squat clean.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Because my upper body is stronger than my legs. And so I can, because I was even watching the 155 and I'm still throwing the bar up easy.
Right.
And not doing it the best because you're supposed to control it and keep it right to your chest and right to, shoulders and all that, but like so.
Yeah, I power cleaned each of my reps. So.
Everything. Until.
I'm at an attempt to. I got stuck at the 225 weight.
Did you try it?
No, I just pulled it high, but I would have had to
Did you even
squat
try?
clean it.
Did you try and squat clean it?
No, I didn't try.
Oh, you didn't try and squat clean it.
I knew I was too.
Bro, you should try and squat clean it.
No, not without warming up my squat clean beforehand. Without
What do
like
you
heavy weight, it's like,
What do you have to warm up?
cause like just sitting in the squat like that, I'm just,
Yeah,
I would hurt myself probably.
everybody was squatting clean and then when you got heavy. they
No,
warmed
but I'm not comfortable in squat.
Oh, you mean for as far
Yeah.
as your hands and wrist? Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good workout. It's fun.
it was probably
fun
one of my
time.
favorite open workouts so far.
Dressing up as Dom and
Aladdin, it's a good time. If you haven't seen,
doing box jumps in my jeans.
if you haven't
know,
seen
hey.
Don and Aladdin, you have to go check out our post. We didn't create a post. We just did
Story. It's one of those stories.
Well, we'll make a post.
We'll make
too.
up a post.
Yeah, we will.
We'll put it in the episode maybe. Put
Post.
some pictures up.
Post. We'll make a post. I'll make a post.
I like it. Cool. What else this week? What's been going on?
You know, it's been a pretty good week. Pretty weird.
Reading up in Jonah?
Huh?
Reading up
You
in
know,
Jonah?
I haven't studied quite as much on Jordan this week as I did the other week. So I don't have a lot of new stuff on Jonah. Except just being convicted and challenged in my own personal walk and crushing idols. So I haven't gotten to dig into it any really much deeper than I did last week. So, not much there. But,
Nice.
I was thinking something yesterday. What was it? Shoot. Anyway, I know you had something.
Well, I know we talked about inflammation last week.
We did talk about information
I
last
was
week. This
watching-
right here.
Watching
this
a
is
few.
information.
Yes, these cookies are inflammatory.
Anyway, we looked.
So,
we
Watching videos, did some research stuff, just looking up more on it,
we did a bunch of research.
and yeah, it was
Give it to 'em.
interesting.
Give him some inflammation history
Yeah.
research.
So
Not
again,
history.
disclaimer: I'm not a doctor or a PhD.
We're not
or,
doctors.
college certified or whatever person, but this one
This is
video I
our-
was watching.
This is information that we have gathered. several different accounts, different people, different doctors, different things that we've gathered.
I mean, pretty basic. So, but
Like pumpkin
anyway,
spice.
this one video I was watching. She started out by saying like, so inflammation. So think about like a bee when you get a bee sting, right? So you get a bee sting, the bee like stings you, puts poison, whatever, and it like swells up or whatever, and gets all red and it hurts, stings, and basically that there bee sting is a type of inflammation to your body, and actually the swelling and the redness that appears is not necessarily from the bee sting or the poison or whatever the bee does. It's actually your white blood cells and your body is
Yeah.
your natural response in bringing blood flow to that area
It's
to
like
help
white
fight.
blood cells are like trying to fight.
Yeah, help fight that infection.
Yeah.
And so it's swelling.
It
That's why
swells.
it's swelling up. It's all your body's source or whatever is going right to that area to try and not let that affected
Fight.
area like go to the rest of your body, right, and get like really bad infections. And so the big thing is like when your immune system is down, like in the wintertime when you don't have a lot of vitamin D, sunlight, you're more prone to getting sick because your immune system is not as strong, and so it takes more energy. Like you don't have the energy you need to fight that infection.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And so a lot of things play into it. I mean, obviously nutrition, like that's why it's important when you put inflammatory food like processed sugar and processed foods, all that kind of stuff. Like your body's not made to process that kind of stuff. It's not made to take in that food. And so your body's natural response is to go and fight off that bad food that we're eating.
Yeah.
And that is like that we are putting into our body on our own terms. And so our body is using that energy to fight off that, and so we're more prone to getting sick and diseases because we don't have as much energy and like white blood cells to like fight off the actual stuff that we get sick from, like the cold or getting a sore throat, all that kind of stuff. And so like that's why the more you can eat healthy, I mean it's just common sense. Like if you eat more healthy foods and live an active lifestyle, you're most likely not going to get as sick. And that's just, it goes to show, I mean, with people, I mean,
more or less.
I mean, we still get sick, obviously, because, I mean, the cold and, there's always infections everywhere.
You get it from everywhere.
But it's definitely going to help. It's definitely going to help.
But also, as an athlete, inflammation can slow you down. The foods that you eat can slow you down, right?
Yeah.
Which is
I mean,
another reason.
because this other guy I was talking about, because he specifically goes into depth of like athlete and muscle inflammation, and he was interviewing this plastic surgeon guy, and both of them, I mean, plastic surgery is like, I mean, that's a very extreme version of inflammation,
Right.
Cutting your muscle open. In a small scale, working out and exercising your muscles is a very small scale of inflammation because you're tearing your muscle fibers in a very small scale, right? And then that's why when you're sore, right, like your body is trying to heal that muscle up. It's inflamed. It might be red or whatever it is.
And the reason you don't see swelling because it's interior.
It's interior.
It's not outerior, so it's not like a bee sting where it's like exterior, and then you see the swelling. You see it happen before your eyes. Interior, you don't see the swelling because it's interior. It's inside you.
Yeah. And that's why because as an athlete, if you're exercising like an hour a day or even like twice a day, like that's why you need the extra recovery, extra sleep. You need the nutrition that you need, because if you're exercising and tearing down your muscles, your body's using energy to repair that muscle, and so if you're adding on top of that like unhealthy processed foods and everything, like your body can't handle all the different areas that you need. To,
if you work out,
it's trying to fight off the unprocessed processed foods, and it's trying to like help your muscle recovery. Like it's really hard to your body's working like overload, and so trying to optimize your performance, optimize your body's natural way of healing itself by just letting it focus on what it can focus on, and not
if you're eating inflammatory foods all the time and not getting enough sleep, working out, and you work a laborious job, and not getting much sleep, you're probably gonna get sick at some point.
Yeah. And that's
You're
why
just taking yourself out.
that's why they say you can't work off a bad diet.
Yeah.
Like no matter how hard and you go into the gym and whatnot, how many hours and you work out, you're still eating bad. You're fighting against yourself.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help.
But you can't do one without the other. You can't just eat clean and expect to be different.
Right.
It's a combination of both.
Yeah. I mean, you'll lose weight.
Sure.
I mean, if you're eating healthy, and even if you're not necessarily in the gym that often, but you're going to.
You're not gonna see the results you want.
Yeah, you're not going to see them as quickly. You're not going to see them quite, depending what your goal is. You're not going to see them to that standard. But yeah, that's just some thoughts on inflammation, and not sure what else was in those videos. You watched some of them a little bit,
I
or?
watched some of them, yeah. No, I mean, I think it covers pretty much all the. That covers a lot of the research I did.
Yeah.
I want to do a little bit more on it.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool, like, we
I
always
never
think
thought
of
about
like
that.
inflammation as like a bad thing, which it's actually not. In its natural response, it's a healthy way of your body's way of fighting disease and infection.
And rebuilding your body and
Right.
muscles.
Like I said, like the bee sting with like getting a cut, and that's why like when you get a cut and it scabs up, like that's your body's natural way of covering up that scar, that infected area, so bacteria can't get into it. Right? I mean that's kind of crazy. Like your body basically repairs and puts on a natural Band-Aid. Like
That's
that's
gnarly.
just wild. It's crazy how our body is
Praise
like
Jesus.
designed to like
Hallelujah.
naturally heal itself, It's wild.
Inflammation, dude.
So
It's the gnarliest thing.
yeah. But so yeah, inflammation is a good thing as long as it's not inflammation in a way that you're putting on
And foods.
you're putting information on yourself on like in like an uncontrollable way. Like you can't control bee sting, you can't control like when you get a cut or something, all that kind of stuff, getting sick. But you can control the foods that you eat, you can control what you drink, you can control the sleep that you get, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
There you have
Do
it.
your best. And I eat inflammatory foods.
Not a
But
lot,
it's
but we
just
do.
like
No,
keep it
right
in
here.
balance, keep it in check. Enjoy a good cookie. Enjoy food, but
It starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Like if you drink, like I don't know, like drinking a beer every night. It's not inflammatory, not bad. But if you want to cut some of that down, like try just drink beer in the weekend.
Yeah.
Try eating sugar in the weekend.
Mhm.
Just to get. Small
something
steps.
that I actually kind of what I've been
Small
doing
steps.
is like my big thing is like for me is ice cream, and so
You're fatty.
for a while like I would buy an ice cream and just keep it in the freezer. But what I'm kind of doing now is like I just don't buy ice cream. If I don't buy it, it's not at my house. I won't.
So he
Eat ice
buys
cream.
it and brings it
But-
to our house.
No. But I will eat ice cream if somebody brings it to a party or something like that. Like, but I don't go out of my way to like buy it on my own. So like if there's desserts at a hangout or something, or there's ice cream, I may have it here or there, right? But just doing your best and making your shopping list as healthy as possible, giving yourself the optimal, the best advantage possible
Right.
to thrive.
Peak performance.
And
Yeah, you don't want to hate your
Yeah.
life. Like, oh, I can't eat anything ever again.
Yeah.
You're going to get depressed.
anyway, that's that.
Keep it simple. Keep it balanced. Keep it real.
Start somewhere. Just start with one item you want to cut out of your diet, or just start with one
Ice cream.
thing: ice cream, beer, alcohol,
No,
just
I'm saying cut out ice cream.
soda, whatever
No.
it is, candy.
Cut ice cream.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Basically have, except today I snagged a little bit, but
And like Monday night. And then like
I didn't have any money.
last night. Thursday night.
Thursday night. No, I didn't have any Thursday night.
Trusty brought some over. You
Yeah,
didn't eat
I
it?
didn't either. Yeah, proud of myself.
Hey, you did it.
So anyway, yeah, that's that. What else?
I guess big news. We kind of talked about this, but clean and jerks. Did a butt ton of clean and jerks. I haven't clean and jerk in like 3 months because of my shoulders. And because of all the recovery
Feels good.
and all of my therapy that I've done, and different things. Like, I have no pain in my shoulders.
Hard work pays off.
Seriously, hard work pays off. If you put in the work to recover, therapy, to keep pain away, like, it'll work if you do what you need to. And a lot of it goes back to all the research I was able to do on my shoulders and what was going on, fixing my posture. I had terrible I still am working on it, and stretching every night before I went to bed. I didn't care if it was 11:30 at night. I would stretch and do my therapy for my shoulders, and didn't have to go get dry needling done anymore, and did the open workout, about ton of clean and jerks and overhead work, which I haven't done in months, and I feel freaking great. I was patient this whole time. I didn't do any overhead this whole time. I wanted to, even when the pain went away, I still wanted to, but I said no. I'm gonna wait till November. November 1st was yesterday, and I did the open.
Frick yeah.
That is.
Freaking pumped.
What? Hannah, what's
Yes,
That's super exciting.
yeah, it is.
Frick yeah. Hypoxia, here we come.
Hypoxia, here we
Freaking
go.
Dragon Flex.
No, I think it's
Oh,
T-Rex
Stafford's in-
Flex.
Huh?
Huh? Oh,
It's
T-Rex
T-Rex
Flex.
Flex.
T-Rex flex.
Is that a Stafford's handstand?
Pretty sure it's
No,
T-Rex
it's
flex.
T-Rex
That's what
Flex.
that's what the team name is on the hypoxia.
T-Rex Flex.
Code for you. Get huge.
Bulk pony. Get bulk pony huge. See what else was this week? Oh, I went axe throwing too, dude.
How was
That
axe
was
throwing?
that was pretty awesome. I threw some axes at some wood, stuck it in.
It just sounds like a manly thing to do.
Threw 2 axes at the same
Do you
time.
feel more like a lumberjack or like a manly man?
Yeah, pretty
Do
manly.
you feel pretty manly doing that?
It was pretty cool.
Badass.
It was pretty fun.
Just chucking axes.
Shucking axes, just
That's sick.
straight up.
Best thing you've ever done?
No, that's the best thing I've ever
Would
done.
you do it again?
I'd do it again. If it was with a big group and fun people,
Would you go by yourself?
probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do much.
What's it cost for an hour?
It's like $50 for a lane, but each lane has 2 spots in it, so you can get like 8 people, whatever.
In one lane?
$50, you know, that's less than $10
Oh.
for an hour.
Dang.
So, I think she said you can go up to at least 8, maybe more. You could probably do 10, and
Well, you just don't get much throwing time.
yeah, I just don't, but which is fine.
Throwing axes.
Yeah,
It's cool.
it's fun.
Cool.
Yep, good times. Did it with the Matt the Painter crew, so it was good bonding time, hanging out
The brew house?
with the crew. So yeah, it was fun.
Huh.
Ate some pineapple upside down cake. That was delish. And
Inflammatory delish.
yeah, it was.
Peak performance.
So
I think I might start ollie lifting 3 times a week. Squatting 3 times a week.
after next week.
What?
After next week.
What's next week?
After the open.
I don't care about the open.
Okay. Well, I'll join you then. After next week.
Ollie lifting 3 times a week. Strict pressing 3 times a week.
Yeah, on the bench, sitting down.
Well, I'll strict press.
When you do those.
Strict press programs. I'm gonna set a program for it and then do that 3 times a week. Squat 3 times a week and ollie lift 3 times a week. And then metcon the crap out of everything.
Well,
2 a days.
a lot.
When it snows, dude. When it snows, but it's winter time.
Just don't overtrain.
I'm
just
you.
putting it
That's
out
you,
there,
bro.
little disclaimer.
That's you.
Just saying.
Out of all of us, you would have the most problem with overtraining.
Yeah. You train way more than any of us.
All of us are different. I'm just saying, like, you gotta know your body.
Or are you trying to say I'm weak?
I'm not
No,
saying
he's
that.
trying to
Trying to
tell
say
you
I can't handle
he's
it.
trying to say that you don't know your body.
You're trying to say I don't know how to handle it.
I'm just saying.
You said I can't handle it?
Maybe I am, yeah.
Okay. It's about to go down.
I mean, shoulders got injured, so
It's not because I overtrained.
I know. Just put it out as a disclaimer. Think about it.
I'm putting this out there. You need to train more.
You gotta know yourself.
You need to train more.
Maybe I do. I probably do. But
I need to train more.
I'm not really like going to games or anything, so.
We could. You can go in Masters when you're 35.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe.
T-Rex Flex can go to the freaking games.
Go against CrossFit Mayhem.
The ultimate team.
Scott Panchek, Rich Fernie.
Yeah, they got the.
Whatever the girls' names are. Chia. I forget her name. How you say
I don't
it?
know. I forget.
Anyway.
What? No, I don't know. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Don't know your name.
Forgive.
Forgive.
Alright, what else? Discipline. Jocko Willick. Women at the Well. I can share about that actually. Kind of fun.
Yeah, it's too
I'll just put it out there.
Put it out there.
I'll just put some wild thoughts out there.
I
you guys
disagree
think about.
a little bit with what he's about to say.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Go read your Bible after I share this, and read it and study it. Take everything out that you've been had talks or studied about. Just take all your preconceived ideas or thoughts out and just
Roll them up.
study it.
Roll them up. Put them in.
Roll up a doobie. Flame it. Fire it up. Burn
Smoke
it. No, just burn
It's a
it.
doobie.
Yeah,
You
just
can think
roll
it's
up in a
smoky.
wad and throw it. I don't know. Put it in the fire.
Roll it up. Take a big crap. Put it in there. Flush it.
Yeah, flush it down the toilet. Anyway,
Big old deuce. Flush it.
going through a little Bible series. Jesus is more at my church, at the church we go to. Pastor Raj, shout out that guy. Super rad dude. Anyway, he's like Bible scholar, nerd, geek kind of guy. Loves the Bible.
Ha!
Loves
Nerd.
theological studies and everything, and just basically getting you to read your Bible more and study it for what it's saying and not what you've been taught and
Yeah.
learned. Not saying that we've been
Anyway,
taught
just-
and learned
just
that,
talk
but
about
anyway.
it. Just talk about
So, woman at the well. Matthew, I'll shoot the verse up. What is it? Chapter. Anyway, woman at the well. If you don't know the story, I'm going to share a little bit about it. Jesus comes to the woman at the well, and hold on, let me look up the passage here. At the well.
Look at this.
John.
Bro, look at this.
Matthew or something. Oh yeah, John 4. Come on, do something. My legs have to.
Do something. That's funny. Anyway.
John
Okay,
4.
Chop chop.
So, how much do I even? I don't know how much to go. So basically, I want you guys
You got 5 minutes to go. Just do this.
5 minutes. Okay. Oh gosh. So a lot of times we think of the story as a story of forgiveness, a story of this woman at the well is searching. She's a sinner. She's been a prostitute. She's had 5 husbands.
Those are the preconceived
And
ideas.
the one husband, the guy she's with, is not even her husband. She's just
Sleeping with
being
him.
adulterous, sinful life and everything.
She's a slut.
She's sleeping around, everything. And so Jesus is a Jew, she's a Samaritan. Samaritans don't talk to Jews, blah 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 blah. And Jesus asks the woman at the well for a drink of water. She's like, "Why are you asking me, a Samaritan?" And he's like, "Hey, if you knew who I was, you'd ask me for water." And she's like, "You don't even have a bucket. How are you gonna get water?" And he's like, "I would give you living water." And she's like, "Where do you get this living water?" And he's like, something. And
It's good. It's fine. Keep going.
anyway,
They know.
after that, she asked him this question of worship and basically Samaritans worship on the mountain where they lived on Jerusalem, and the Jews, they would worship. I should look it up here quick.
At the temple? What's the worship?
Yes, the temple. John 4.
All that to say, all of the things that we said, you're thinking,
So she said, "Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, but you say the Jews in Jerusalem is the place to worship, and she's asking where does Jesus say that we should worship? And Jesus says there will be a day, the hour is coming, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth, for the Father is seeking such people to worship Him. God is spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and truth. So it's not about the place that you worship. It's about worshiping in spirit and truth.
Hallelujah.
And then again, the woman's like, hey, I know the Messiah is coming. So she obviously has some religious background. She knows about the Christ is coming. And Jesus said to her, I who speak to you am He. So he's saying that I am the Christ. The disciples come back, blah, blah, blah. And there you have it. So basically, after that night, he's basically making this claim that it's not a story of forgiveness, it's a story of worship. And the reason for that is like, we always think of when she talks about when Jesus says, oh, go get your husband, and she's like, well, I have no husband, and Jesus is like, yes, you're correct. You actually had 5 husbands, and the one you're with the man you're with is not your husband. We always take that and say like, oh, she's an adulteress, right?
I have.
Why is that?
Like she's divorced her husbands and slept around, and now she's sleeping with some dude. That's what I always say.
And so like the question he portrayed and brought to the group is like, why do we have that interpretation of that verse? First, it never says anything about she was an adulteress. In that culture, if she committed adultery and slept with another guy that was not her husband, she'd be stoned automatically, him and the guy. So that's that. The other thing is that Jesus never said, go and sin no more, or never forgave her for what she was doing bad in our interpretation. So those are just some just things to think about. Is like, we automatically, like, just from growing up and how we've been taught of this passage, is like, oh yeah, this is a story of forgiveness. Like, Jesus is offering the eternal life, the gift of the living water, whatnot. But the fact that she comes out and is asking all these religious questions and asking if about the Christ and everything, like, she knows the Bible. Like, Samaritans knew the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, the commandments. Like, she knew. She was recognized, I believe, in the community. And later in the verse, when it talks about she went out into to the town and told people about Jesus, like, people listened to her and came and saw what Jesus was doing and teaching for themselves, and they believed. And it says that they didn't believe it just because what the women said. They believed it because they had seen it for themselves and heard it. And so it's like, why would the people believe her if she was some like cast away, like adulterous woman and like person that was like shamed? Why would they believe her, right? But so basically, it's like all that in context is like, maybe she was a widow. I mean, she could have been widowed 5 times to 5 different men, and maybe the man that she's with doesn't necessarily say that she was having sex with this guy, right? It's just maybe she was living with her dad or a brother or somebody that was just taking care of her. But we automatically think in our American minds of like, oh, the man that she's with is like, that's who she's sleeping with, right? Anyway, those are just some thoughts to like think about. Is like, it really kind of made me like, oh yeah, that's so true. Like, it's not necessarily what I always believed. It could actually be a story of worship, and like Jesus really getting down to about, it's not about where you worship, not about the church you go to, it's not about how you pray or how many times you read the Bible or the scripture. Like, it's just about worshiping in spirit and truth and having that foundation of the Word of God and coming with it with a attitude of wanting to be more like Christ. Anyway, that's a little story in a nutshell. Something for you guys to think about. Go read John 4. Read it with an open mind, with a new perspective, and hopefully the Lord speaks to you through it. Anyway, what are you reading up on? Are you reading it?
Yeah, I'm reading about it right now.
So, yeah, it was good. It's been good so far. So, reading commentary?
Yeah, this commentary says she was an adulterous woman.
And what he was saying of like our interpretation and why we have that is like way back in the Reformers.
Hey, don't be dissing on the Reformation.
I'm just saying, like, he brought that up because, like, you know, it was like that whole thing of like sexuality. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, this can't be. You know?
But maybe she was.
Yeah, maybe she was.
Here's the thing. Here's my side of the thing. 5 husbands. 5 married husbands. All 5 of them died.
I mean, that happened with that other story in the Bible.
What is the story?
Ruth, Sarah, Naomi and Ruth, like all their husbands, not the same woman,
Right.
but
They were killed, weren't they?
yeah, no, they got sick.
Yeah, the same died.
They got sick and died.
Yeah, it was in the same period of time. So like,
Yeah.
it was like this plague went
I
through.
mean, Job, all his family, like, just
Yeah, so
died.
a plague went through, killed everybody. This is like a different season of life.
Right.
Like, well, 5 years here, husband dies. Oh, another 5 years, husband dies. 5 of them? It's like, well, I've never heard of 5 husbands dying before.
Well, in our culture, how many, like, most people aren't like getting remarried very quickly, and like, but in that culture, like, as a woman was seen as like the second class. We're seen as like, you know, not very high, and so like, you needed a man
to make it
to be like as a provider and to be with you. So like, I think it was like more quickly of like, oh, find yourself a husband. Than like today, it's like.
But then
you don't.
But then
do that
she didn't find another husband. Then all of a sudden, but then she's gonna be living with her dad and brother. Why did she find another husband?
Maybe her husband just died and she hasn't found a husband yet. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
But see, the fact is, like, why wouldn't she?
So then
why didn't she get stoned?
Huh?
Why wasn't she killed? Like.
Maybe nobody knew. So there was no prostitutes in Samaria.
I mean, probably, I don't know.
I feel like there was.
Well, I mean, prostitute, you're not married to any man. You're not committing adultery. You're not.
Yeah.
It's different, I think. Right?
I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And the other thing is, too, is like,
I have to look it up more.
I thought when later in the verse, she says, like, she goes in town and she's like, hey, come and see the man that has told me everything that I ever done. Like, I always took that like, oh, Jesus like exposed all her sin. Like, why would she go around and like tell everyone, oh, look at the man, like he told me all that I've done, like all this bad stuff. I'm like, that wouldn't be me. Like, I wouldn't be doing that. But maybe it was because like Jesus told her all that she's done, like in a good way, maybe. You know, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it says all. It'd be both. She sinned.
Yeah, I mean, she was a sinner, so it would be both.
So if she was,
I don't know.
Why did Jesus say, "I'll give you water that you never have to thirst again"? She would be thirsty.
She wasn't worshiping the true God.
Oh,
like,
so then if she didn't say forgive you of your sins, just because she was a prostitute doesn't mean she wouldn't either. If she wasn't worshiping the true gods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jesus doesn't always say forgive you for and don't sin no more for everybody that he comes in contact with.
Right.
I don't know.
But it's just like, I don't know.
It's
definitely a way of looking at it.
Oh, I agree.
I don't know. because like Samaritans, like they had multiple different gods they were worshiping, and so like, and that's why I think it was like a story of like worship the one true God, not these other gods that are not giving you the living water, that are not fulfilling what you're hungry and thirsting for. But I don't know. It could be both. She could have been adulterous, and I don't know. So anyway, that's that. But
I wonder
read it
why.
out.
I wonder
Read
why.
John 4.
Because the other thing is like, why would Jesus even bring that up about her husband? If he wasn't calling out her sin, why would he even bring it up?
Wait, I think he might have been just showing himself that, like, he knew that without her telling him that. Like, oh, and she's like, oh, I perceive that you're a prophet because you know something about me that I haven't told you. That they're strangers to each other. So how would Jesus know that if he's just a common person, right? Maybe that's it. I don't know. But yeah, because like he doesn't even come back to that then. Like he brings up about the husbands and then like it never comes up again.
Right.
You know, you would think Jesus would address it.
Yeah.
But he just goes right to like worship and like, and baby Flux is gonna come in and
What's up?
end the episode. Take a little nap.
Hey, good nap.
What else this week?
Pretty close to time. We should probably wrap
Yeah,
it up.
gonna go to escape room tonight. A little escape room, see if we can get out without time running out. Should be fun. Oh, shiny. Cracker? Is it paleo cracker?
Not at all.
I also been thinking about relationships, but we don't necessarily need to go into it real deep, except more than be smart about your relationships, who you spend your time with, and if they're gonna help you and have a lot of the same goals and molding you, to be a better person. Because so many times you just see people get around the wrong people, and it's just like, what the heck? Or in a romantic relationship, and you're like, why are you even chasing that person? And like, don't be blinded by the happiness you feel in the moment, by the future that you're setting yourself up for. You know what I mean? Been thinking about that a lot lately, and it's sad. And it's like, man, if only people could see the future that they're setting themselves up for by the decisions that they make in the moment because it feels good or it makes them happy. Because the goal of our life is not happiness. No, I don't know.
John Piper would say that, but John Piper would say that.
Well, I would agree with him, but in a different way.
Right.
For the majority of people listening, not happiness.
Yeah.
And
Should
our
be,
goal isn't to make each other happy.
Right.
Sanctify.
Two
But
ways.
in that, it is happy. It is joy. Which either way, so be very critical on yourself and the relationships that you put yourself into. Like super critical. Have high standards. If you get into a romantic relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that stuff, have high standards.
Yeah.
Like you're dumb. Like you're 27 years old, right?
Yep.
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Oh, not
No.
officially.
Not a bad thing. You could have a girlfriend. You could have in the past.
Probably, if I, yeah.
Like 95% convinced. But you're not gonna set yourself up for not hating your life. That makes it sound really bad, but you know what I mean. Like that's not what you want. You're not gonna just satisfy it, like, oh, I just want to not be lonely, so I'm just gonna. This isn't really what I'm looking for, but I'm just gonna hang out. And this is gonna be us, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Fill me for that little bit of
Loneliness
time
or happiness. And
Yeah.
putting yourself in a position to set yourself up for success in your future, not in the moment.
The moment, yeah, present.
Not in the present. Man, if people could, myself included, could look at the macro aspect of life versus the here and now, which is very, so, Americanized. We want everything here and now. We want to feel good here and now. And there's no patience. There's no waiting for the future. It's right now, right here.
Love it. It's good stuff.
Can't wait for you with that. So, I'm passionate about it because you get all fired up about it.
Yeah, dude.
Emotional. It's just like, we don't understand.
Yeah.
Foolishness. I'm not trying to say like better than other people or anything like that. It's just like, I think the biggest thing that hinders from that is not allowing people to speak into your life.
Mm-hmm.
Or if people speak into your life, you just block it out. You don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want help. You got it. You don't need to tell people. If you do what someone says, well then you have it. Someone's telling you how to live your life. No, that's wisdom. Letting people speak into your life is wisdom.
Yeah.
Humility. If Joel tells me, hey bro, maybe you shouldn't train so hard. It'd be foolishness to be like pretty much like it did, 5 minutes ago. It's like, whatever. But I do take it to heart. I think about that. Now, you still have to make the final decision, but you listen. And you take it to heart, and you're like, okay. And if the people love you and care about you around you, they're not going to give you bad advice. And if they do, think about your friend choices. Like it's like a circle of life, man.
Yeah.
Like, so fired up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man, he devoured that cookie cracker.
He did. He likes it. I like it like that. Ooh, girl.
Cool. Any last thoughts?
Well, I think that's pretty much it. Have a great week. Last Open is on Friday, 2025. It's
Yep.
gonna be freaking dope.
AMRAP, 20 minutes. Bar muscle ups.
Come to Talos and train.
Wall balls.
If you want to check out, if you have a gym you want to check out, and you're not sure where, Friday night is a night you can come for free.
Or if you
Literally
bring
come.
gloves, you can come for a week.
Yep, right now Talos Fitness, the gym that we go to. If you bring gloves, you know, any big, very awesome community event / donation thing. If
Glove
you bring
drive.
a glove drive, yeah, bring
Do
a pair
it.
of gloves. You get a whole week of membership for free. The classes, all of it, coaching, classes, the whole experience, the whole family. You get it all for a week
Whole
for free.
experience.
All you have to do is bring one pair of gloves. It's dope.
It's not bad.
Even if you're like, oh, I can't afford that, come. It's a week free.
Yep.
Check it out. You don't have to sign up.
Yep.
It's good calls. Come check it out.
Get to meet new people.
Also,
Experience.
go subscribe on YouTube. We're also gonna work
Instagram.
on. We haven't really talked about this yet. But we're gonna work on getting the podcast up on the podcast app, so you can listen to us, because not everybody has the paid version of YouTube. So if you're at work or you're doing something, you have to leave your screen on to listen to it. Well, if you're listening to the podcast app,
True.
you can just listen to it like music. Pretty dope. So we're working on getting the app on podcast app.
I think about the paid version. You can listen to it blacked out.
Yeah, paid version on YouTube Red. You can do stuff you can go exit out and do others. Be on Instagram.
Gotcha.
It's like Spotify.
Huh.
It's actually kind of cool. It's like Spotify, except you can watch music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, except you're not watching it if it's blacked out. But
Right, but you can. All of it. If you have topics we want to touch
I
on.
also want to get like a little microphone
CrossFit
thing.
Games
So
on YouTube. Microphone. Trying to get up
send us a link.
quality.
Got a good brand or product.
Trying
It's
to
kinda cool.
your
Brother
very,
has it, which is dope.
just like down on that quality of
Guys,
podcasts and
tips for us.
topics and life and trying to be
Set up some dope
Trying to be
interviews.
better.
With people.
our next.
Get some special guests on the show.
Yeah, next week we should have a special guest.
Yes.
We
We were trying to
we
set
need-
some up.
We need to set it up. We haven't talked to him yet,
Do it.
but we will. So anyway, subscribe, like, share. We love you
Love
guys.
you guys.
Stay flexy.
Have a blessed week.
Stay flex.
Oh, great. More singing right on
Like-
time.
Listen, Bruce,
Who's Bruce?
it's nothing personal. It's just
I've dated men like you before and you're just